Jealous ones still envy. Word to Fat Joe. Family is Providence. I'm here to tell the truth. Dame Dash continues to be one jealous individual. Pettiness continues to ooze from his very aura, his very being. Now he's recently done an interview with The Art of Dialogue, and one of the clips that just came out is him committing hip-hop blasphemy by saying that no one cares about Jay-Z's classic album, Reasonable Doubt. Let's hear what Dame Dash had to say.
Reasonable Doubt doesn't sell shit. Why you think I gave it away? Nobody made no money off that shit. Barely went gold. Nobody gives a fuck about Reasonable Doubt other than people that were there. Nobody gives a fuck about Reasonable Doubt. Ask some kid about Reasonable Doubt. They'll be like, nobody cares about Jay-Z as a rapper. No kid gives a fuck about Jay-Z at all. They not jacking his hairstyle, his gear. No one's fucking with Jay-Z. No one's listening to them fucking raps. None of that shit. That's all. You know that. When's the last time this nigga made a record? He's an old man. Why the fuck should he be making records? But ain't nobody jacking Jay-Z. He's not. No one, I'm going to tell you what killed Jay-Z, them fucking dress shirts. That put him out of business. He wasn't fly after that. No one, he couldn't recover for them dress shirts. Show me a picture of me and a Yankee in a dress shirt with cufflinks, please. Let me know. Or some Van Dutch and all that. Like, show me any picture of me in any of that clown shit. I'm the coolest. I'll be like, yo, these niggas, think about how I'm looking. Like, what the fuck is you doing? Like, my homeboys used to, this nigga got these fucking motorcycle boots on. My homeboys used to give me hell for this nigga, man. They thought he was the funniest, he didn't have the kind of, he's not that, no dishes. I don't want to start this, but let's go. You know what I mean? But like fly nigga, look, I'm a fly. I made this shit too, it's brand new. Look at this, you see the CEO swim trunks and shit? I stay making fly shit for me. Only for the members, only for CEO members. I don't even want everybody to wear the clothes. You gotta be like on some other shit. I'm not in it for the money, bro. I'm gonna be broke my whole life. I'm gonna always spend it. I'm not gonna say I ain't gonna make it, but I ain't holding a dollar. Holding money is for suckers to me. I don't care. Y'all could do it. I had the bricks. I hold some bricks and some real estate, but looking at green, nasty, stink money, I don't need that shit. I burn that shit. I burn money. Fuck all that. But I'm gonna be fresh. I'm the flyest broke nigga you ever saw.
Now, family, we know that people can be biased and upset and pissed off at somebody and frustrated, but that doesn't necessarily mean that what they're saying is false. So could it be true that nobody cares about Reasonable Doubt? Well, one of the reasons Dame Dash gives for this is that, well, the kids don't like it. They don't know nothing about it. They don't care. Well, obviously kids aren't the only people that consume hip hop. Hip hop is still only barely a little over 50 years old. All the people that was basically alive during Jay-Z time still alive. They want to bump Reasonable Doubt, they can. And saying that the kids ain't into it means it's irrelevant. Well, then I guess that means a whole bunch of classic albums are irrelevant. Is Nas's Illmatic irrelevant because, well, the kids ain't probably listening to it? No. Some of these kids will grow up, become Nas fans or become Jay-Z fans, and go back and discover the album later. So just because the kids ain't into it right now, don't mean it's irrelevant. But from a factual standpoint, there's data that actually shows that in the streaming era, Reasonable Doubt still has roughly 35 million Spotify streams per year. The album only hit wide streaming in 2019. It was a Tidal exclusive before that. So the big numbers are recent. Jay-Z's entire catalog did 3.4 billion Spotify streams in 2025 with 0 new albums. Reasonable Doubt is at a steady slice of that legacy hit, especially with the 30th anniversary rollout happening now. So people are still listening to this album years later. And Dame Dash tries to say, well, I gave it away. I didn't really care about it. But it was actually court-ordered, auctioned off in 2024 and 2025. And New York State bought it to settle the debt he owes, the tax debt he owes. So he didn't just give it away. Here's the bottom line. Reasonable Doubt is still a cash cow. And Dame Dash, if he could, would still prefer to own it. Now, I ain't gonna lie, what really kills me with Dame Dash is that this man lacks all humility. And I get it. I guess that's what hip hop is. Never let him see you down. Always floss and act like you up, no matter how horribly down you are, and that everybody knows you're horribly down. always got to act like you got it. It's hip hop. I guess that's him just being a part of the culture. But I think that the jealousy, the bitterness, and the lack of humility, that's distasteful as far as I'm concerned. See, back in the day, if you remember that famous Breakfast Club interview, he tried to convince all of us that he's a boss, and if you ain't a boss like him, you ain't nothing. Well, now, according to this interview he just did, he's content being the flyest broke boy ever. That is to say, he's going to be perpetually broke. He concedes that, but he always going to be fly. Well, I guess I'd rather work my 9 to 5 than be broke, than to be millions of dollars in debt. Your assets constantly being seized, for you to be sued time and time again and lose judgments against you time and time again. But yet, through it all, he continues to talk like he's Jay-Z. See, Jay-Z should be talking like Dame Dash. Jay-Z's the one that's 2.5 billion up. But Jay-Z walks around with humility. Now, whether or not Jay-Z's actually humble, I don't know. But he knows how to at least come across as calm, cool, collected billionaire. And I guess when you got it, you don't really need to flaunt it. When you don't got it, that's when you really got to try to prove to everybody that you do got it, because everybody know you don't got it. And so he's talking like he's 2.5 billion up, but he's the one in debt. And the thing about Dame Dash is he's always going to be an entertaining person to listen to. And maybe he'll just continue to get a bag, being a media commentator, showing up for interviews. But the incessant need to brag and act like you still that dude, people see right through it and you just look foolish. And at the end of the day, you got to ask yourself, are people laughing with you or laughing at you? Because when I was watching the latest Breakfast Club interview he did, when him and Charlamagne was going at it and all of that, that was very entertaining and I was laughing, but I was laughing at Dame Dash more than I was laughing with him. It's so clear that Dame Dash, back in his prime, he was up maybe 30, 50 M when Rockefeller was in his prime, and he steadily declined and Jay-Z continued to rise. And it hurts him, I know, to realize that everybody's looking at that deal and everyone's saying, yeah, Jay-Z did the right thing by ending the business relationship. So now with Dame Dash, we've gone from I'm a boss, I'm him, I'm that dude, to I'm happy to be the flyest broke boy ever. It is what it is. Family, that's been my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I ask if you made it to this point in the video that you would subscribe, show support to a small creator, like the video if you like it. It's been Providence. I'll see you guys in the next video.